But first this hour, we are following breaking political news with just 9 days to go before the Iowa caucuses. The editorial board at the influential paper, the Des Moines Register, is announcing its endorsements for the Democratic and Republican presidential race. Joining me now is Lynn Hicks, opinion editor for the Des Moines Register. Lynn, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks, Poppy.
All right, break the news for us on the air. Who have you decided to endorse?
On the Democratic side, we're endorsing Hillary Clinton. And for the Republicans, we're endorsing Senator Marco Rubio.
All right, walk me through the why. Let's begin with that Republican endorsement of Marco Rubio. Why that choice? What did it come down to?
Well, we felt that Senator Rubio has the opportunity to chart a new direction for the Republican Party. We met with the senator twice. We were impressed with both his knowledge and we had questions about his experience, like a lot of people do. But we feel he's the best hope for the party, and we think not only because he can attract independents, but we think his ideas can appeal to the base of the party and unify the party.
All right, and let's talk about Hillary Clinton. Why Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders? When you look at some of the polling, I want to point out the new CNN poll. When you look at it, it shows Sanders with a lead over Clinton in Iowa.
Yes, it's very close. And, you know, we spent more than 3 hours in 2 interviews with Hillary Clinton. And, you know, there's no question that she has the most experience, depth and breadth of knowledge, and really felt that she is the one that's prepared to help America face the many challenges that it faces.
You know, it's interesting that there's quite a bit of history here, certainly, with your newspaper and some of the candidates in this election. Donald Trump, for example, did not. He declined an invitation from your editorial board to meet with you guys. He was also very critical of the Register in general, issuing a few months ago a lengthy statement criticizing your paper. Did that have anything to do with not endorsing him?
No, of course not. And we invited him to come in several times. We would have loved to have him, and I think he would have had a lot of fun meeting with us. So he was not disqualified. Senator Cruz also chose not to meet with us, and that didn't disqualify him either. But, you know, it didn't help them either to help us, to persuade us to consider them.
Take us behind the scenes, Lynn, as much as you can. What are these meetings with these candidates like when your paper's editorial board is deciding who to endorse? What do you ask them?
Well, we ask them all sorts of questions. Like I mentioned, we met twice with the candidates we had endorsed, as well as twice with few. You know, we first met with Senator Rubio back in April, and we met with him again in January. We also asked our readers what they were interested in. And across the board, you know, we had really thoughtful discussions with all the candidates. We felt they were candid. We asked them hard questions. And I think, you know, and all these videos are on our websites at DesMoinesRegister.com if people want to see. And you can see how Secretary of State Clinton answered some of the questions regarding the emails. And we noted in our editorial how we felt at times she was defensive and evasive over those emails, and that we feel that she you know, needs to be more forthright on that.
All right, Lynn Hicks of the Des Moines Register, appreciate you joining me this evening, breaking the news. Again, the headline there, the Des Moines Register, just 9 days out from the Iowa caucuses, endorsing Marco Rubio on the Republican side, Hillary Clinton on the Democratic side. I want to get more analysis. Let's go to CNN political commentator, correspondent for The New Yorker, Ryan Lizza. Ryan, let's start with the Rubio endorsement. What do you make of it?
You know, the Des Moines Register has a history on the Republican side, more so than the Democratic side, actually, of going with the main establishment candidate. In 1996, they picked Bob Dole. In 2000, they picked George W. Bush, McCain in '08, and Romney in '12. So there's a history here. And look, frankly, the Des Moines Register is a more influential paper with Democrats in Iowa than with Republicans. As you saw, Ted Cruz, the sort of hard right conservative in the race, wouldn't even meet with the Des Moines Register. So I think it's a bigger deal for Hillary Clinton, who they also endorsed in 2008. Remember, they endorsed Clinton over Obama in '08. So not a huge surprise that they would endorse her again. They weren't going to pick Obama in '08. Doubtful they're going to pick Sanders. I think it's significant for Hillary Clinton. That endorsement will move some. That'll get people talking in Iowa, and that will be a boost to her. Would have been a big coup if Sanders would have gotten it.
Well, especially considering the latest CNN ORC poll out this week has Sanders leading Clinton in Iowa by 8 points, so bigger than the margin of error there. Hey, before I let you go, Ryan, I want to get your take on something that Donald Trump said to a crowd in Iowa today. Let's play it.
Well, my people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls. They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
He says I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody. Your reaction?
Man, the crazy thing is, I think for a lot of his hardcore supporters who really would walk over glass for him at this point, he's almost right about that. Maybe 6 or 7 months ago, in covering Donald Trump, I would have said, my Lord, saying something like that is going to cost him from votes, or this is a terrible thing. But we all know that Donald Trump has survived many worse comments than that. And, I think the key thing with Donald Trump is, what is his ceiling? He's obviously got a hardcore base of supporters, but does that support grow? And that's the great question we're gonna see in February when the voting starts.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan Lizza, thank you so much. Appreciate the analysis. Again, Des Moines Register there endorsing Hillary Clinton and Marco Rubio exactly 1 week before Iowa chooses. Though Clinton, Sanders, and O'Malley on the Democratic side will go face-to-face with voters. It is the final pitch, the last televised event with these candidates before caucus night on February 1st. Our very own Chris Cuomo moderates the CNN Iowa Democratic Presidential Town Hall that is Monday night live from Iowa, 9 p.m. Eastern, and you will only see it right here